Hello, with you channel 2x Smarter. For a couple of months, Apple has been testing two beta versions for the new iOS 16.3 firmware. In this video we will tell you what was included in the final release and other company news. New modem firmware. When you add wallpapers, you can see a new Unity section created in honor of African and African American cultural history. You can choose new two wallpapers. There is also a new range of customizable options, font and additional colors. Users complained about a lot of bugs on the previous iOS firmware and errors in the system, camera freezing, focusing, Apple Music and CarPlay, and other problems. Overheating was not noticed. The battery life increased. They complained about the fast discharge on iOS 16.2. Apple in this update has taken two important security steps. In the settings you will see a new item: add security keys. They provide a very high level of protection for two-factor authentication and act as a replacement for the water passcode that is displayed on your other devices. In order to bind the key to you must first buy it, and not one but two or more. For security reasons, Apple may offer to automatically log out of inactive devices, where you must enter the password for the device. The keys can be connected both via NFC and by wire. For example, on the iPad, after connecting each key, you must enter its name and be sure to connect the second key. It will be a backup in case the first key is lost. You can also hang AirTag on the keys as you wish. You will also receive a message that everything has been successfully enabled, and a letter duplicating this information will be sent to the attached mail. The connected authentication keys will be displayed in the password and security menu. Keys can be added and removed. In the details of the key, you can see the date or delete it. If all keys are deleted, the 6-digit temporary code that comes to other Apple devices will again be used as the second factor of authentication. An important point: in order to log in through the security keys on the iPhone or iPad, the latest version of iOS firmware 16.3 or later must be installed, otherwise you will not be able to log in until you update. In the future, when you enter your Apple ID and password on a new device, you will need to re-enter the smartphone password code, and the device will not send a temporary code, but will prompt you to connect the key or read the NFC key tag. This is the most reliable way. The main thing is not to lose the keys. If you have already entered the profile on this device, then the key is not needed. Just like when you exit the profile, you only need the password for the profile. The second major step towards security can be found on the iCloud tab. A new advanced data protection option will allow you to store data encrypted in more cloud services such as a photo reminder or notes. To activate the function, you will need to add a trusted contact through which you will restore access to the profile, or create and write out a 28-digit recovery code. When assigning a contact, you send a request to him via iMessage, and in case of loss of access, the contact will be able to generate a code on his device. Next, the iPhone will ask you to update the devices from the list or remove them from your account. After connecting this option and you want to log into your Apple ID through the iCloud web version, by entering your login and password, you will be taken to the main page. But when you try to open a photo, you will need to go through the second authentication factor, and after logging in, you will receive a notification about entering the cloud storage. Once you open the settings, you will see a new option in the settings: emergency call SOS silent call, which allows you to start emergency calls without warning signals or flashes. Despite the fact that the option to activate an emergency call was renamed, and at the end they added the phrase subsequent lowering, the principle of the call itself has not changed. Apple has launched a new digital notation service, Digital Storytelling, for authors and publishers that allows you to add book voiceovers to Apple Book using artificial intelligence. Audio engineers of the company have developed speech synthesis technology with 4 voices for fiction and non-fiction, though it takes 1 to 2 months to voice over since people are involved in control. Well, the service is available only for now for English language books. Fixed many issues in the new free Freeform Team drawing application. The owners of the iPhone 14 Pro line sometimes received a tank with horizontal lines on the display. The problem was fixed. Apple also released audio iOS 16.3 updates for HomePod, and 2 years later activated the temperature and humidity sensor in HomePod Mini. That is, the piece of iron was there all this time, which turned out during disassembly after release. You can view the current humidity temperature by opening the Home application. You will see in the Temperature and Humidity tab. Apple has released a new firmware 5B59 for AirPods 2nd and 3rd generations, AirPods Pro and AirPods Max. The update fixes bugs and other improvements. We also recommend watching our video about iPhone 15. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget check our another videos.